back to Studio Set Stage. Yay, Cynthia Mallard here with you.
And I'm Marq.
Hey, so good to see you guys once again. Yes, we are still here. We are back, guys. We are back. And like I said, so happy that you guys have just been riding with us and just continuing with us. So today's show, guys, as promised, I know we have received like so many messages and, some of you guys who have been binge watching, right?
Yes.
Binge watching, binge listening to Studio Set Stage. We thank you so very much.
Yes.
And just kind of asking us like when we were coming back. So here we are.
Yes. Studio Set Stagers, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Again, like I've always said, you've heard me say it many times, but it always sounds so good when I say it. You could have been anywhere in the world, but we're so glad that you tuned in here with us.
That's right. So guys, just we'll just jump right
Yes.
across it. We'll get to the paying bills type thing in just a minute. But many of you know, especially like close friends and family, you know that we became susceptible. We contracted COVID,
Yes.
COVID-19, myself as well as Marq. Hence everything coming to like a screeching halt, you know?
Yes.
We're here though.
Yes, we actually, like you said, Cynthia, it came to a screeching halt.
Yeah.
And everything was placed on pause. But thankful, and just grateful it did not stop.
Yes. So like I was saying earlier, so many of you guys, I just want to say thank you for reaching out to us. Thank you for all of your prayers from our church family to blood family to those who have adopted us. We could not be more grateful because we do feel like your prayers and your help and everything you've done for us really pulled us through this difficult month.
Yes. It was indeed a trying, difficult month. And as we get into it, one thing about with Studio Set Stage, we've always been transparent. With you guys.
Yeah, that's what it's that. I mean, there's no other way to be.
With the Studio Set Stagers, and that is just another point to our authenticity. We want to make sure that because again, like we've gotten like awesome feedback, positive feedback.
Well, not even just the feedback, but just people just really concerned. What I'm saying?
Yes.
About our health and things like that. So we always talk about health is wealth, and we so believe it. We were just of course off air. We've always talked about how many people, family members, people who we knew, friends who have COVID took down, like they're no longer with us, right? And how surreal it was for us to be in that space, to be worried to death for our lives,
right. I mean, the one thing, the fear of the unknown, but also when you are going through it. From the beginning process, not knowing, okay, why is all my energy
what is
going on? Why I'm not, why my appetite leaving, all these things,
it's what a
everything.
year, what is like it's a year and a couple of months after the first outbreak here in US, right? So almost 1 million people, right, have died. And like you said, I can just remember, telling some friends, some sorors, and, saying, oh, I'll see you guys, in a couple of days, and not even being able to get like out of the bed, guys.
Where, understanding, why the quarantine was needed,
necessary, baby.
and necessary.
That's right.
At, a critical time. And like a lot of people seems like, okay, well, 2020, I just want to skip over 2020 and just go to from 2019 to 2021. But 2021 was the time, and it is the time where we can actually speak from a personal point
around this matter
in dealing with it. True enough, we lost family members that was, they succumbed to the virus, and many people that I must say, with my ordeal with it, definitely I've stated before, and you probably seen it on my post. I went through the belly of the beast. I went through the belly of the COVID beast. But I was fortunate in many respects.
Thank God.
Thank God. Didn't have like the respiratory issues. If I had a piece of wood, I would knock on it right now, but all praise is due.
To find a piece of wood.
Right. But definitely all praise is due to the Creator. The Most High. I am blessed beyond measure, and to be here a little over a month and a week after going through the ordeal. I spent 7 days in the hospital. Spent a week in recovery.
They expect you to be in there like 3 weeks, I think, right?
Well, some people was like,
especially for those, on ventilators,
dealing with that and all of that, but wasn't hooked up to a ventilator at all. Didn't have any respiratory issues. And that remained normal to the doctors. Some doctors, and the nurses, they were kind of baffled because, due to some of the advances versus last year, where things were still, everybody was trying to figure it out.
2020, 2020 was, shortages of beds, shortages of facilities and things like that. So we contracted, COVID at a time when we could totally get into a hospital, totally have access to great doctors, great nurses, great techs, all those people on the front line. It made it better, increased our chances of survival.
And before we get deep into it, I just want to definitely send kudos to the healthcare, those that have been on the front line, those that continue to be on the front line. They deserve, all of the kudos. They deserve praise, all of the praise. They deserve all of our support, because without them, the journey would have been dark. It's dark as it is, but it would have been darker. And I probably wouldn't be sitting here.
Exactly. Well, today. It's important. And like you were saying, Marq Dean, like we learned firsthand, guys. We learned firsthand, what your body can withstand, and how COVID affects everyone's body totally differently. So whereas it sent you to the hospital, for 7 days, I was fortunate enough, I did not have to go into the hospital, but it still took my energy. It knocked me down. In some cases, appetite, came and went, that type of thing. But about 2 to 3 days, I was up and running. So, and then there are people like we've heard so much about asymptomatic people, who contracted, don't even know it, have a cough or whatever a day, and they're back, back to normal. So, it's not over. This is 2021, and we just needed to. So many people, like I said, just really just wanted to just hear us, talk about it. And like we weren't trying to hide anything, guys. It was just that
No, we was dealing with it.
Yeah. And when things like this hit you, you have to
You're
stop
dealing with it.
And you have to address it. We are parents, of course.
Yeah.
So most important was our health and the family.
Yeah.
So
that statement is sometimes it's underrated, but your health is your wealth. And when we were dealing with that, not saying, okay, we didn't want anybody to know or anything of that nature, but those were things that we had to deal with. And everybody knows,
and also, I mean, things we had to deal with, but also, like, are you freaking kidding? Like not like, I think a lot of people go through that. Like, you hear about it, you see it in the news, you're talking about it. We know we have our own stations. We're part of the media,
right?
And you never think, oh, this could be me one day.
Yeah. Well, the thing is
that it comes close to home like that.
Yeah, and like you said, we've experienced family. We had family members that we lost. I had colleagues that I lost. I had friends, mentors, that definitely they had fallen, weren't here, and to see them in the demise, and to see how the virus just went through, like you said, man, we lost a great deal of people. To this.
So it's very scary.
Yeah,
it's very scary. Once we
the fear of it. Understanding, okay, this is what it is. I mean, when I realized and something, I was like, okay, something didn't feel right. I wasn't able to digest food. And I said, well, let me go ahead, because prior to that, we were looking and analyzing, okay, the vaccine. Okay. When we need to take the vaccine, and, we heard things about the 3 vaccines that were, available. And one of the vaccines, we were like, okay, well, looks like maybe in the next week, 2 weeks, we'll go ahead and do that.
COVID wasn't playing. COVID was like, oh, no, you think about the vaccine? Oh, we already got you. We already jumped into your body. So
we're gonna go ahead. We're just gonna get on down with you. And one thing I can say, being definitely a survivor, and again, all praises due, it does make you, and it focuses on where you're the most susceptible.
Where you're weak already,
where your weak points are, in terms of your health. If you're asthmatic, it will affect your respiratory. If you've had bronchitis and certain things, which in the past I did, but fortunately, I was proactive in dealing with those things, even when, the pandemic hit, and people were saying, well, you might want to, include vitamin D in your regimen, different things of that nature. Making sure that, you don't take your vitamins just once or twice a week. You take them every day. Mask up, and those things we were doing.
Yes, we were. But as a concept, we move around a lot, in this business, and you guys do too. Right. So there's no telling. There's no telling where we picked it up, but we were always very cautious with our mask. But like I said, that's gone. We're still here.
Right.
But I'll be honest with you, we are vaccinated. Hallelujah. And it's been good. It's been really good.
The process, I will say this with the process, in dealing with it, when I first was admitted, I was in a special unit, was dedicated to COVID care. And in that unit, I would tell you, I never had so much blood you know, where they pulled you, where they said test. It seemed like almost every hour to 2 hours, they were like, well, we need to get some more blood. We need to test. And then also with the antiviral medicines that they administered, they were very thorough.
I'll tell you, I know what it's like. When you have a loved one, like such as you in the hospital, and I know I worried you to death because I was either calling the cell phone guys, or I was calling like the main line of the hospital, and they I can imagine they were like, who is this crazy lady? Why does she keep calling the hospital? What? But
and
you just want to talk to you just want to talk to whoever it is, your son, your mother, your cousin, your husband, your wife, and so many people who had contracted COVID. Many of them couldn't do that.
Right. And thinking about those times, all of those things, you definitely think about, because you remember, like you said, when the outbreak, when it happened,
when it first hit,
so many people, they weren't able to reach their loved ones. Even with the pandemic, and the quarantine, where you couldn't see or talk, to loved ones, not knowing, okay, well, did they even what they're going through. And I will say that for it was one of those journeys where you had to let go and let God. And I had to let go and let God. Not to get religious, but really.
Well, go ahead. We need some religion in our lives.
If you don't understand
need some God.
Where your strength comes from, going through that, experiencing COVID, like I said, I felt like Jonah, where he was in the belly of the whale. That scripture, I felt like Jonah, but I also felt that God was with me. And you have to surrender, because in that instance, it's one of those processes where you have to go through it. We talk about process all the time. But even with that, it was one of those things that, every day it was like, okay, all right, I know. And I thank goodness that I didn't lose my sense of taste. I didn't lose my sense of smell or anything of that nature. So it was it didn't hit me like that, but it did hit me where it affected my my GI tract, where it was just shooting, where, okay, can you even eat? Can you even
just vomiting back to back?
All of that stuff.
You were talking about most times, a lot of people don't think about it like this, but because you were not, you're not near death. A lot of people, I know
there were some days though that it felt like your energy,
most people,
stamina, and all of that.
You contract COVID, and they think it's a death sentence. And there are so many people that we know who have survived COVID. Myself, you, hundreds of thousands of others or whatever.
Right.
But I was just going to say that things like this make you reassess things in your life. It makes you reassess like what you're thinking, what you're saying, like what you're doing,
your priorities. It makes you totally reassess everything and certain things that you might have taken for granted. You definitely it will definitely, because it's going to sit you down. When I was in that unit, and when you're in the bed and you see the IVs that they have hooked up to you. You know, and you're able and, you know, fortunate to even be, you know, where, okay, I'm alert enough where I know, okay, this is what's going on. This is what's happening to me. But I'm alert and I still have my mind. I still have my faculties and those things. Well, you're in that pause and you're in that moment where, okay, I need to reassess, okay, where have my priorities been? And
Y'all hear that?
What do I need to, you know, in terms of recalibrate, you know,
your life
in terms of what is important.
Exactly. Because sometimes we get off track. In life, you know, and it doesn't matter what, like what you're doing or whatever. Many a times, you know, I post-COVID, I've spoken with not, you know, of course us, but other people, you know, since the COVID started. Totally changed their minds, has totally changed their behavior. They're on a different track. Maybe they quit a job, maybe they took a different job. Maybe they told their boss to go F himself. You know, COVID just made people understand, you know what, I got one life and I need to be doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
It definitely helps you to, if you haven't found or defined your purpose, it will definitely put you in that space. When you're dealing with all of the things physically that you have to deal with to come back, because one thing about it, it will attack your stamina. And in that,
well, your mind too.
It will attack your mental stamina.
That's
and if you don't have your spirit, if you don't have that and you don't have the right mind set on that, it's gonna attack you. It will attack you in your where you're most vulnerable. And if your mindset isn't on point, that will be the first thing it will attack. And I must say that, you know, thanks to the prayers,
again,
thanks to all the support, all the people that you know, hey, I'm checking on you. How you doing?
Thank you to my
What's
friends.
going on?
Thank you to my sorors.
You know,
thank you to family.
Yes, to family.
Adopted family.
You know,
friends.
to loved ones.
Yeah.
I want to say personally, thank you.
Again, thank you again. Thank you.
Thank you for all the well wishes. Thank you for all the prayers. Thank you for all of, even just, hey, man, just checking on you. You know, how you doing? All those things help. And you know, I want to personally give, like I said, thanks to, you know, the Most High. You know, my Lord and Savior for you know, guiding me and again pulling me through, like in the 23rd Psalms, it says, though I go through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For thou art is with me.
That's right.
Thy rod, thy staff, they comfort me.
Yes.
You know, even in the presence, when I was dealing with, you know, it face to face, where it was moments like, you know, in the middle of the night, you know, where you know, you feeling like, okay, I'm alert, but what's going on? I'm you know, I'm these things is going on with me. I've never felt this before. I've never experienced this before. But hey, you experiencing it, but you're here where, okay, you're being monitored. So in terms of the health and all of those things, it was, you know, it was it was a moment where, you shed tears, you cry, you think about different things,
but
and you have a moment.
You're also thinking about your children too, though.
Yes. Oh man. All day.
I think for us,
all day.
That was like the number one thing. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sick. Yeah, you're sick. I think it was the first thing was I thought about our son.
Yeah.
I thought about our daughter.
Yeah.
First things first.
Sons, daughter.
And it was almost like just an automatic thing where it was like if something happens to us, I mean, we kind of have it already set up, but is this the time that they go to be with them, to be with the godparents, to be with the family? Will they see us again? Will we be gone? So this absolutely it took a toll on our family, immediate and distant.
And that was one of the main things that you automatically off the rip deal with. And that was something that, just like I said, it goes back to your mindset. And knowing with certain things you have to let go and let God. And know that no weapon. No weapon. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. But not only say it, but know it.
No, you believe it.
And believe
it with all your heart, guys.
Believe
with
it.
All your heart.
And know that if you don't have a relationship with the Most High, you need to get that relationship.
Even in the world of Studiosetstage.
Even in the world of that.
Especially,
you need to get it.
Like I said, Studiosetstage is an amazing brand of hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people.
Right.
And a lot of times we kind of don't talk about God. Because sometimes it makes people uncomfortable. Maybe they didn't come up like that. Maybe they don't believe, in God or whatever. Maybe the Studiosetstage is their God. That's a reality for a lot of people in this business.
Well, for a lot of people that probably was living, and was thinking that way. A lot of people that had dealt with COVID. Some of those people aren't here.
That's true.
I'm here.
We are here.
And we are here.
That's right. We are here.
And I feel like the testament and the journey that we went through in dealing with that. And I believe in that old adage, if it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger.
You so much stronger. A lot of people, I know that in this world that we live in, everybody's so concerned about staying the course. And one-upping the other person, who's gonna be here, who's not gonna, who's and work, believe me, being competitive, I totally believe in that. If many of you guys know, like friends and family, y'all know I'm a competitor. You know what I'm saying? I like to be on top of my game. It's just who I am, and I'm like that in really every facet of my life. If you know me, I don't talk a lot about it, right? But in the back of my mind, I'm always thinking, I'm about that life. I'm built for this, you know what I'm saying? But it goes back to if you don't have your health, guys, whatever you're doing in Studiosetstage or outside of Studiosetstage, you're not able to do it. And I mean, we know that firsthand, guys.
Health is wealth.
And
you have to
don't make what you do your God. Is the message, is what I'm trying to say to you.
I mean, you said it in a nutshell. I mean, you you got to make sure your priorities are in the right place, and understanding that for me, you know, definitely is God, family, then your purpose, what you're doing. And in that, in fulfilling your purpose, making sure that you place your health as a priority is key to fulfilling that purpose. And making sure that you due diligence, guys, and protect yourselves. Because even though we have the vaccines and all of these things, and they say, well, hey, get vaccinated, you know, you can go back to how the way things
vaccinated,
were.
But we're still what?
You know,
protecting ourselves.
We're protecting ourselves. So you got to understand that, you know, how it was back in 2011, 2012, it's a different time. We always say that one thing that's constant is change.
It is.
And time keeps moving forward. And you have to move forward with time and understand that in these days and times, you have to make the necessary adjustments to survive.
And don't be afraid, guys.
And don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid to take care of the most important things in your life. So, you know, because, and I'm a believer in this, which we're going to segue into, you know, what is for you is for you.
Right.
And nobody can take that away from you. If you're the most talented guitarist and something happens and you have to take a year out, or you have to take 3 years or whatever it is, right? If you're like this amazing author, something happens and you have to take a hiatus, it happens.
Yes.
It happens. You know, in the world Studiosetstage, life happens, right?
Yeah.
So basically with the whole COVID, like life happens.
Life
guys.
happens.
And
it doesn't stop.
It doesn't stop.
Life happens.
It happens.
And within that, you got to make sure that you keep your mind and your spirit intact. So you know that when life happens, you know, it doesn't erode the gift and your purpose. Know that, hey, in that instance, you have to stay the course.
And it's not about what Marq said is right. But it's not about what happened to you. It's absolutely about how you respond to it, guys.
Exactly.
How you are reacting to it and how you come out of it. Okay. I run into so many people, even in my coaching, in my one-on-one coachings, and about, you know, people are worried about how other people perceive them, how other people see them. And I always tell people, stop. Just stop. If everyone could just stop and stop thinking about what someone else is thinking about you, your true self would shine through. Most times, your real self, your authentic self doesn't come out because you're worried. If I say this, you know, what will they think of me? If I jerk my shoulder, you know, what will they say, you know, about me? So guys, it's you just got to know how to adapt coming out of whatever it is.
And the thing about it is, you got to look at it too, when you've been through something or an ordeal, and you look at it, and not to dwell on anybody else's, you know, demise or anybody else's. If you say, I don't believe in luck, but they say, well, bad luck or whatever. But you survive for a reason.
That's right.
And there's a purpose in that.
So, and that's the most important.
And
that is the most important.
You have to understand that with journey that we went through, journey I went through, I'm here.
Talking to you guys.
We're
here talking to you guys.
So there's purpose.
And you guys came back in and tuned in.
Yes.
So hey, that's rocking and rolling again.
And in that, you know, in all of that, in the ordeal, in the trials and tribulations, there is triumph.
There is.
In that.
Yeah.
So understand that, like Cynthia, like you said, don't let those trials and tribulations hold you.
Yeah. You're not a failure, guys. You're not a failure. You're not a failure.
Right.
And for you to go through it, it may take, for us, a month and a half or whatever it is. For you, it may take 2 weeks. Maybe someone else, it may take going through it a whole year.
Right.
Some people may go through it for 23 or 25 years or whatever.
Yeah.
So everyone's duration of tribulation can be totally different, right? But just know that you will come out of it.
You will.
No, just know. I mean, we are. Gosh, we are evidence. We're kind of emotional about it, guys. Like I said, we don't want to kind of be Debbie Downers or whatever, and just just drag you all the way down into the ground where everybody's like, oh,
right.
We don't want to do all that. But just want to tell you, just that there is a God.
There is.
Yeah, this is a new world. 2021. This is a new world, and you have to start doing things a new way. You have to start connecting with people in a new way. You have to start talking in a new way. You have to start thinking in a new way. You think in a new way. Your body acts. It follows.
You are as your thoughts.
That's right.
If you if you think bad thoughts and you have nothing but just derogatory things going through your mind, it's going to be projected in your actions. So you have to make sure that you have those thoughts remain positive.
That's right.
Through it all. Through it all. We all make mistakes. We all go through trials and tribulations, but you have to get the wisdom out of those things and apply that wisdom to pushing forward.
Ask yourself, where am I going right now?
Where are you going?
I always ask myself that. Just being, every morning I wake up, Cynthia, where are you going today?
Exactly.
In your mind, what you're thinking about. I have we have a 1-year-old, we have a 6-year-old, so you guys can imagine the the struggle, right?
It's a journey every day, guys. It's a journey every day.
It's totally, and we're like, man, how are we gonna do this? And like I said, a lot of times in this industry, it does not lend itself to the 8 to 5 life, and many of you guys know what that is.
25/8.
It's 25/8.
It's 25/8.
We've made it work up until this time, and with your help, guys, we are going to continue, and we just pray that we are serving you guys a purpose. Again, like I said, we are here. I'm Cynthia Mallard.
I'm Marq Dean.
And like I said, you were in the middle of Studiosetstage. Like I said, the continuation of us just uplifting you and in what you do, how you do it, and the way you do it, So,
and guys, I want to say, I don't want to let the cat out the bag just yet on certain things, but how God works, He works in mysterious ways. And even through this ordeal, other things to even be of more service to Studiosetstage out there. You guys, it's a lot more great things coming. So I just want to let you know. I just want to say and take this time out, to say thank you to all of the prayers, all of the words of encouragement, the well wishers out there, even the haters. I want to say thank you.
I always say my haters make me greater. Hey, have you ever heard that before? My hater, you make me greater. So if you my hater, you're making me greater.
But and we joke and we like to joke about it, but for real though, guys.
No, it's true.
To those that have just been supportive, thank you.
Yeah, definitely.
And,
well, you know what?
a lot more.
You know what? You have you've jumped on a new opportunity. I've jumped on some new opportunities post COVID. So like I said, it's not over now. Right. Now, guys, I want to remind you guys, we are still at what? Studiosetstage.com.
Yes, Studiosetstage.com.
That's right.
You can reach us, go online. We still have the merchandise. We've got some other things that's coming soon, but definitely Studiosetstage.com. You can listen to us online.
Yeah.
But
if you believe, if you just believe, if you believe in everything that we've talked about today and in this, in this show, we just want you to continue to listen, continue to watch. Go back and binge watch and binge listen to some of the shows. Like I said, we are on all of your top podcast platforms.
Yes, Apple Podcasts. Yeah. We're on Spotify, Odyssey.
Yeah.
Also, YouTube, our YouTube channel.
Watching us right now. Yes.
As well, and just like I said, go back, because even on some there was a couple of episodes when I was in the hospital I was looking at, and I had a couple of emails where some people said, hey, I saw this episode and it really spoke to me. And that is, that's just
what it's
a
all
joy.
about. That's what it's all about, guys. Really, like I said, we all have like 100 jobs. But in the year of 2021, that is what it is. A lot of people say, well, I don't want have 1,000 jobs or whatever. I actually think it's great. I actually think it's a luxury, because think about it. You have one stream of income that dies down, and it is inevitable. It will. Then you have your other streams or you have your other things that you're great at. So I always encourage people to do different things, do multiple things.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, it's about diversification, but also it's about, not just sitting on your hands. You have gifts and you have talents. Utilize them.
Exactly.
They were given and granted to you for a reason. Exactly. So find that reason, find that purpose. For me, like you said, with family, and thinking about it, I was able to go back and realize, okay, these are talents and gifts that the Creator has blessed me with. So I have to be proactive in making sure that I use them
any kind of way you can,
in a way that can help others.
That's right.
And help expand and help others.
That's right.
And be of service. So I mean, guys.
So if you're a performer, so you may be a singer, maybe you're I don't know, maybe you're a stage manager, maybe you're an actor, but you cook the best damn cookies in your state.
Right.
You better go to cooking some cookies and baking some pies or whatever it is. Because you know what, you just might find that all these years you've been working on playing the guitar and it ain't popping out for you, but them cookies then popped off like thousands of dollars. Follow the breadcrumbs. Follow the breadcrumbs. God always, I think, and I say this all the time, and I've been like this for years, but I think this, and my family knows this too. I was always taught, God will sustain you when what you're doing is lining up with what He wants for your life. So, whatever it is that you've been successful, you're really making money, but maybe you don't like it. There may be something there that's for you to follow.
And he works in mysterious ways. He could be setting you where you might feel it's a setback, but it's a setup.
What? To jump ahead,
right
to jump
into
way ahead.
And remember, your gifts will make room for you.
Yes,
but you have to get out of your own way.
You do.
You got to get out your own way.
You do.
And in that, and like surrender. Sometimes you have to tell that ego, take a back seat, because this might seem like, okay, this might not be the actual direction I want to go, but where this opportunity or something like to do might take you directly at the front door.
Oh my God.
And where you open the door and the opportunity is exactly, it places you where you want to be. Okay.
It has happened to me.
It's happened to me.
To you, right?
It's happened.
We are speaking from experience. So again, guys, don't forget you can reach us at Studiosetstage at Gmail, of course, across all social media, right? At Studiosetstage. And like I said, we kind of want to just apologize if we kind of seem, I don't know, lackluster today, maybe. I don't know, energy. I don't know if our energy down. But like I said, just thank you for just rolling with us. And like I said, we've gone through something very major. And it has changed, a lot. It has changed a lot in our lives. For the better, guys, for the better. So again, I did say email, what else? Social media, we're there, no excuse.
IG, Twitter, Facebook, all Studiosetstage.
Don't play. Don't play. You can always reach us. And don't forget, you're watching us here on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe. So you get all notifications.
Hit the thumbs up. You see what I'm doing? Hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe, and give us feedback. We always
comment, guys. Say something. Like I said, it's definitely not easy to be transparent, especially with something like this, because we all want to portray this amazing, great, like nothing happens or whatever. And that's just not realistic. Life happens, But
you know what? I'm going to tell you, Cynthia, I am amazing. And I'm just not saying that, I'm not doing that or anything like that. But I feel amazing because and it's just to give thanks.
You are amazing. I was just talking about the people who like amazing, like,
because I survived.
No, I'm talking about people who you always they're like, oh, my whole life is peachy clean. That's just not reality, and we know it. And then everybody's just not transparent like that, and for whatever reason, it is, and it's okay. It's okay. But like I say, of course, it's not easy to talk about, topics like this, but we are all family. So we felt it was important. And then we had so many people actually asking us. So we had to wait till the appropriate time just to come out and talk about it, when we were able to.
Right. Timing, again, guys, this is another important message. Timing is everything.
It is.
And sometimes you have to obviously with COVID, it's one of those things where we had to deal with the journey. But we're here, and thank goodness we survived. And we know it's fortified our purpose.
It has. So guys, you can, like I said, for sponsorships, I know we've had inquiries about sponsorships. Always send business inquiries, Studiosetstage at gmail.com. For right now, okay. I let a little bit of the cat out of the bag. But sponsorship, Studiosetstage at gmail.com. Of course, you can reach me also individually, Cynthia Mallard, across all social.
Yes, and you can reach me at Marq Dean Music, IG, Facebook, also Twitter, and definitely for the sponsorship, Studiosetstage@gmail.com.
We love you guys. For Marq Dean, I'm Cynthia Mallard. This is Studiosetstage. Come back next week.